Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kenny Lamons here with Medicare Millennials, and we are right smack dab in the beginning of the Medicare annual enrollment period, as well as the ACA open enrollment period coming up right around the corner. So I know your time is precious. I had to squeeze this video in to my busy schedule, but I'm super excited about it. I have the president of Standard Life and Casualty Insurance Company, which is a division of Manhattan Life. And this is not going to be a training video. Stick around. We are going to give you guys a very clear path as ACA and Medicare agency owners, or maybe even a new agent, on how do we handle the disruption that's occurring in our industry, and what can we do to position ourselves to still be in good financial shape and to be able to operate a profitable insurance business, even though we don't know what Medicare commissions might look like next year or what the ACA environment's going to look like with the presidential campaigns going on. Like these political footballs have me feeling nervous, but today's discussion is going to kind of open your eyes to what you can be doing to what do they say, kind of hedge your bets. Okay, so we're going to help you diversify your portfolio today. So Todd, would you introduce yourself? Just kind of let us know what your position is, but more importantly, what your role is and what what Manhattan Life can kind of do for agents in general.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kenny, for having me today as your guest. And we are honored and privileged to be here on this great podcast video that we're doing today. And hello to all of your viewers. Excited to spend some time with you. As you mentioned, I'm the president of Standard Life and Casualty, which is a division of Manhattan Life. We could spend a whole hour session telling you the history, but I'll tell you this about Manhattan Life, Kenny. We are one of the oldest insurance companies in America. It was founded in 1850. Next year, we are celebrating our 175th anniversary. It is a privately held company, not a publicly traded company. And the company has grown significantly over the last 25 years through both organic product development and launches, as well as through acquisitions. And that's really what brought Standard Life into the family of Manhattan Life. It was a family-owned business in the Salt Lake City suburbs that was sold to Manhattan Life in 2020. And when that family exited the business, they conducted a search to find someone to be the new president for this new division of this business that they had just purchased. So I have come into the organization. I've been here for 3 years. I've got about a 25 to 30-year history in this industry, supporting agents and agencies and carriers. And my responsibility is to manage this Standard Life business and to execute agent growth expansion of our product set that we're going to dive into a little bit on this podcast that really focuses on amazing ancillary and supplemental products for both the under 65 and the over 65 customer base.
That's perfect. So the two takeaways for me there, what I heard was you guys want to expand your product suite out into the agent community, and you guys have products that serve both the under 65 and the over 65 market. So before we go into the specifics of how Manhattan Life is doing that and how we as agents can be a part of that and be a part of those products, I want to talk a little bit to set the scene of the video about why I have taken an extra special interest in finding the right companies and products to partner with outside of specifically Medicare Advantage plans or ACA carriers. Okay. So I've always sold life insurance, final expense. I've even sold some Standard life insurance. I've sold Standard Life and Manhattan Life Medicare supplements in the past before I got into Medicare Advantage. And I've sold a lot of your tried and true household final expense names like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica used to be kind of popular, and so on and so forth. And what I found that I like about ancillary products that are outside the purview of CMS. So CMS is the regulatory body that oversees Medicare as well as the healthcare exchange.
Mm-hmm.
they make changes yearly, right? And we as agents are just like, hey, we just kind of have to wait until those changes roll out. Our commissions may change, the rules we have to operate under may change, companies come and go as a result of these changes. But my ancillary products tend to be more stable. Like I can work with that same company for years and years and years, and they have a stable product suite that isn't subject to regulatory changes or legislative changes to the same degree as a Medicare product would be,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
so, what I've been exploring is I've got a couple of companies I've always used that I have great relationship with. But in the middle of disruption and change, how do I make sure that I've got every base covered and I find other companies like Manhattan Life that can help me serve products to all of my ACA clients and all of my Medicare clients to help me generate more cash flow, to help
Mm-hmm.
me keep those clients around longer. And God forbid, let's say that there's some type of commission change or let's say an ACA carrier pulls out of the market. If I've done a good job positioning somebody like Manhattan Life's products to my customers, I didn't lose the customer. I just lost the ACA renewal source, right? But I've
Right.
still got Manhattan Life.
Yep.
So, like, what are your thoughts just in general about obviously you guys partner with Medicare agencies and ACA agents all the time
Yeah.
to sell your product.
Yeah.
What are
Yep.
your thoughts on just kind of the last couple of years of changes and where you guys fit in to help agents' lives be a little better?
Yeah, I mean, wow, what a great segue there, Kenny. And I appreciate your thoughts because you've really highlighted to me what are some of the core things going on right now in the industry. If we were to find one word that best describes what's going on right now, some might make the pitch for the word change. I would say this year, I would probably lean towards the word uncertainty
Mm-hmm.
because with uncertainty, we're not really sure exactly how all of these changes going on are going to impact each one of our individual consumers as an agent for all of my customers. You're dealing with uncertainty related to commissions. You're dealing with uncertainty related to ANOX. You're dealing with uncertainty related to maybe service area reductions if somebody's pulling out of a market.
Yep.
And you're trying to handle each one of those issues just to try to maintain your income from last year. This isn't really yet, we haven't even talked about how you grow your income. All of this uncertainty is just related to maintaining your income with those customers.
Yep.
On top of those changes of uncertainty, the other thing that to me maybe relates more to that word of change is that within an ACA plan or within a Medicare Advantage plan this year, it's not that things are about the same. Every single one of those plans is usually going through a max out of pocket change and probably on the Medicare Advantage side, a copay and a coinsurance change. So you've got consumers that are dealing with that kind of uncertainty that's going to hit their pocketbook as well as how it's hitting the agent pocketbook, just having to work so hard to maintain customers and find a new plan for them this year. So those are some quick thoughts on that I think will probably really feed this discussion as we continue.
Absolutely. So would you how let me think the best way to ask this question. Let's just jump into the meat and potatoes and this will lead to the rest of it. What are some of y'all's most popular products with agents right now, right? So what's been growing? Not what you want to grow, right? But like what have agents taken to and agencies have run with and they're able to effectively position and place these products and generate cash flow? Like
Yeah,
what's been working for you guys?
perfect. And as I build up to that, Kenny, I'll just add a couple comments here that I think this is why we really appreciate this opportunity to have this discussion today because Manhattan Life, as it has grown and had this longevity of 175 years of partnering with agents, we offer one of the most comprehensive suites of products that provide packages of protection around an ACA client in the under 65 space, or maybe even someone that's on a group plan with a high deductible. And we can provide packages of protection with our product suite for anyone in the Medicare space. And that's really one of the key takeaways I want each of you listening today to walk away with. To then answer your question, what are the ones that are really just, we use the phrase on cruise control, going really well from a sales perspective? There's a couple that come to mind. In the under 65 space, and actually in the over 65 space, our dental vision hearing select product is our highest volume of sales that we get. Every single Medicare supplement client, the next thing they ask for besides their Part D plan is, what am I doing for my dental coverage? There's a lot of uncertainty, back to that word, in Medicare Advantage plans. With the changes, many of those MA plans are dropping or reducing their dental benefits. They are going to be needing dental coverage. In the ACA space, it's the next thing people ask for as well. Where am I going to get my dental coverage? So you'll find great opportunities there. We're also seeing tremendous sales of our cancer, heart attack, and stroke products, because those are a perfect gap filler in both an ACA plan or a Medicare Advantage plan. If someone were to get diagnosed with cancer or to have a stroke or heart attack while covered on the plan and could get that lump sum. And I would be remiss, and I know we'll dive a little bit more into giving you a product overview here, but in the under 65 space, we also offer a product called Affordable Choice that really we view as our flagship under 65 product. And what it is it is a medically underwritten fixed indemnity alternative to an ACA plan. And many people will do this plan because they'll look at an ACA plan and there'll be somebody, as an example, they might own their own cabinet making company, and they make a decent income. They're providing benefits for their family, and they don't get a subsidy on the exchange. And they go, wow, it's $1,800 a month for me and my family of four for an ACA plan, and I have an $8,000 deductible. Versus this Affordable Choice plan can give them first dollar coverage on doctor visits and prescriptions and hospitalizations and labs and x-rays. And so anyways, I could go on, but those are some of the core things that we're excited about.
That product, the Affordable Choice, does it go hand in hand with an ACA plan, or is it an alternative to an ACA plan?
So I would tell you that we have people in both scenarios that are buying Affordable Choice.
Okay.
If I were to divide the numbers, about 75% of the people that buy an Affordable Choice plan are choosing to buy it instead of an ACA plan, because it's more affordable and gives that first dollar coverage. About 25% of the people buy it because they're getting like a bronze plan on the ACA and are looking for a plan that can provide them extra coverage around those gaps in that ACA bronze plan.
Yeah, so I think what is underrated for an insurance agent is simplicity. And so I know for me, over the years, I had to learn that I don't have to sell every single Medicare carrier. I don't have to sell every single life and final expense product that's available out there. In fact, we have enough to worry about as agents with marketing and selling and servicing our clients. I always tell agents, like, you want to find a handful of companies that check your boxes and that you like doing business with. So I like that Manhattan Life is an option that allows you to cross-sell your under 65 and your over 65 market, because that's one less company I have to go contract with and get to know the customer service with and get to know how their agent support services work, right? So I really like that. I think that's one thing that makes Manhattan stand out, is that you these days, most successful Medicare agents also sell ACA and vice versa. It's not always true, but often. So I think that uniquely positions you guys. What else from an agent perspective, or you can expand on that first point I made, do you think sets you guys apart? Like, why do agents, some people may say, well, we have easy underwriting, we pay top commission, we make it super easy for you to do business with technology. Like, what are some things about you guys that you think make you stand out?
Yeah, thank you for that. I would say to you that three or four things come to mind that really are important for agents to be thinking about. Number one, we have, as I've alluded to previously, one of the most, if not the most robust portfolio of products. I didn't even cover all of them before. I'm not going to list all of them because there's about 15 to 20 of them. We have one of the industry leading final expense products out there in terms of rates for your healthier clients. We've got dental, vision, hearing, cancer, heart attack, stroke. We have just launched this year an amazing hospital indemnity plan that is good to wrap around both an ACA plan and a Medicare Advantage plan. We have accident plans that are for both under and over 65-year-olds. We've got home health care plans, and we've got an industry leading short-term care plan called OmniFlex. So number one thing I'd like you to be thinking about is product robustness or comprehensiveness. Number two, agents are our lifeblood. We only sell at Manhattan Life through independent agents like you, Kenny, and those watching this video. We have provided, I believe, the best tools, if not the best tools out there in terms of an agent portal and an agent enrollment experience. In fact, in my 20 plus years in this distribution space and working at 3 other carriers, I've never seen an enrollment tool quite like the Manhattan Life tool that really allows you to almost shop like you're shopping on Amazon, and you can go as a client. You've got a Medicare Advantage client, you can log into Manhattan Life and you can say, this person really needs $20,000 of cancer coverage, a final expense product, and a dental product. You click on all 3 of those and click apply now, and you are then applying for that shopping basket of products, one application, not having to do every application separately. So number one, product comprehensive portfolio. Number two, tools and technology.
So before you
3,
go to number 3,
yeah.
number 2, I actually was messing with the quoting software recently, and I love that you can select all of that right there. I just want to make a quick point about that. I have there are carriers who sell a Medicare Advantage product, a Med Sup, a Part D, and they sell a couple of ancillary things. And all 4 of them have different websites, different agent numbers, different logins, and different enrollment platforms.
Yep.
It's outrageous. I can't keep up with that. I've got 2 little ones that I'm also trying to manage, a household that I'm managing, hobbies, and I've got a business to run. I genuinely appreciate companies that put thought into that. Like, how can our agent log in and easily present our products, right? So that's big. That's bigger. That goes a long way, I believe, with agent loyalty because we have choices. Like, right? Like you may not always be the cheapest. You may not always, right? But if you make it easy for me to do business, I'm going to keep doing business with you. So you go on to number 3.
No, thank you. I mean, I guess I can't help myself but pile on there a little bit, right? Like these tools are fabulous. And that's really, I think it builds into what agents are looking for as you're looking at ways to grow your income. We had that brief conversation earlier about in this year of uncertainty, you as agents have to work so hard just to maintain your book of business. That's why working with a company like Manhattan Life that can allow you to build a package of protection around a Medicare Advantage client, selling them a cancer plan, a dental plan, a final expense plan, and a hospital indemnity. What's really cool, the data shows vividly in data that when you get 2, 3, or 4 products with a client, they have a persistency rate that is not incrementally higher, it's exponentially higher.
Right.
And those clients a year from now or 2 years from now may switch from the AARP Medicare Complete to the Humana Gold plan. But guess what? They don't change that cancer plan, that final expense plan, that dental plan, and that hospital indemnity plan. And you then are keeping your renewal and you didn't have to work to maintain that renewal. So thanks for letting me pile on there for a minute. I would just say number 3 is we provide, and I alluded to it in technology, but outside of technology, we really provide service to agents and agencies that is really top notch. We have an agent support team that is able to speak in both English and Spanish to any agent. We have, for larger agencies, we have account relationship managers that speak both English and Spanish that support those accounts. And we really just provide that kind of service you need through both our tools and either through email or over the phone to get you the solutions you need to problems that you're running into.
So you're telling me if I, as an agent, am trying to complete my onboarding, or I'm selling a product for the first time and I need some help with that, and I call in, that you, well, I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot here,
Yeah.
okay? But is there an actual Manhattan employee that I will be able to speak to as an
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing that I didn't even talk about it as another thing about Manhattan Life being privately held. Our owner is adamant that we at Manhattan Life are going to own our product and own our service. We do not outsource any of our servicing. When you call into customer service, billing, enrollment, and to agent support, you are talking to a real life Manhattan Life employee, and they're going to provide you that service that you need because you're stuck and can't log into the agent portal, or something's going on and you need some assistance. You have an underwriting question about something you read in the agent guide. Any of those sorts of things, we're there to help you with.
I love that. That's underrated because I appreciate that both from a employment perspective. I love to see people having good employment opportunities with good companies. So like me, but I also just as an agent, I get a third party outsourced customer service is never a good experience for anybody.
Yep.
Like it's just not. And so I genuinely, people say that this kind of thing is dead, but human beings appreciate being able to be taken care of on that level, right? Like that,
Right.
a Manhattan employee has a vested interest in doing their job well, right? It's not
Right.
just some service that they provide temporarily. So I think that's pretty valuable. So I don't want this video to go too long. So kind of as we wrap up here, my big thing was there's a million other ancillary products and final expense and MedSup companies out there. I'm trying to partner with ones that check the most important boxes. But why? And the why for everybody watching this video is exactly what Todd said earlier, uncertainty. I know that I increase the likelihood of retaining my book of business I worked so hard for if I sell good, necessary, wanted, and needed ancillary products alongside Medicare and ACA. Number
Mhm.
one. Number two, I make cash flow now that we desperately need so we can dump that back into marketing. That was the purpose of this video, was just to discuss that with you, Todd, and I appreciate all of your feedback and insight about that. But I want to do a video at a later time before the end of AAP that goes a little bit into more detail about y'all's product suite. So
Sounds
in
great.
summary here, just what would you want to leave at anybody who's watched this video in anticipation of another one about y'all's products in general, what they can look forward to learning?
Yeah. I would think that I would really give them kind of the teaser that by coming to that next session, you're going to learn greater insights about what our core products entail, what the key selling features are, and we'll continue to dive into how you can wrap that around a plan to provide that protection. You will even be able to talk about tools, for example, with hospital indemnity and how you can use tools to say, oh, my client is in Nashville, Tennessee, in a Humana Gold plan, and they have a 6-day copay of $200 a day. And that helps you then match that hospital indemnity plan to match up that copay so that they can cover that expense if they ever get hospitalized. So that's the kind of stuff that we would dive into in a deeper dive, is how to really focus on the products and the tools and take advantage of ways that you can market. I would be remiss in saying, I should say it now, there's another couple things that are great with us. One is our online signature process is incredibly simple. We literally ask for the client's mother's maiden name, and that's the signature. No additional texting, DocuSign, any of that kind of stuff. It just makes our tools really simple and easy to use. So thanks for letting me throw that in as well, Kenny.
That's huge. You have no idea how many of us have to deal with the problem of somebody not being able to email, especially, but even text doesn't always work, right?
Right.
So the simpler, the better. I love how easy you guys have made it for me to do business. Todd, thank you so much for coming on. It's an important time for us as agents just to be exploring our options and making good relationships with good companies. And I've really enjoyed it. So we'll talk again soon, okay?
Thank you for the invite. It's been a pleasure.
Uh-huh.